Have you ever noticed how people start behaving differently when you're no longer always available? You don't announce anything. You don't fight. You don't explain yourself repeatedly. You simply stop overextending. And somehow everything shifts. Replies take longer. Energy feels different. Some people become warmer. Some become colder. And a few seem almost unsettled. At first, it can make you question yourself. You wonder if you became distant, or difficult, or less caring. But often, what really changed is something deeper. When you are always available, you create a certain rhythm in your relationships. People get used to your presence. They get used to your quick responses, your emotional support, your consistency. And human beings adapt quickly to consistency. From a psychological perspective, often linked to Carl Jung's ideas, much of our social behavior operates unconsciously. We fall into patterns. We build silent agreements without realizing it. If you are always the one who gives time, attention, reassurance, or solutions, that becomes your role. It becomes part of your persona, the social identity you carry. And personas are powerful. They keep things stable. But they can also trap you. Because sometimes being overly available isn't just kindness. Sometimes it's driven by the quiet need to be needed, the fear of being misunderstood, the discomfort of saying no. So when you begin to step back, even slightly, you interrupt that pattern. And interrupted patterns create reactions. The interesting part is this: the reactions are rarely about what you did, they're about what changed. Some people feel the absence of your constant attention and begin to appreciate you more. They adjust. They respect your space. Others feel uneasy. They may not even know why, but your reduced availability disrupts the emotional balance they were comfortable with. In Jungian psychology, there's a concept called the shadow, the hidden aspects of ourselves that we don't fully acknowledge. When you change your behavior, you sometimes activate the shadow in others. Your boundary may trigger their insecurity. Your independence may reflect their dependency. Your silence may reveal their need for control. And so they react. Not because you attacked them, but because you shifted the structure. There's also something subtle about presence. When something is constantly available, it can slowly lose perceived value, not intentionally, just psychologically. The mind adjusts to what is always there. But when availability becomes intentional instead of automatic, people become more aware. You are no longer responding out of obligation. You are responding out of choice. And choice carries weight. This doesn't mean becoming distant or cold. It means becoming conscious of your energy. You begin asking yourself simple questions. Am I saying yes because I want to? Or because I'm afraid of disappointing someone? Am I giving because I care? Or because I don't want to feel rejected? That awareness alone changes your posture in relationships. Some connections will deepen because they were built on mutual respect. Those people won't panic when you take space. They'll understand. Other connections may weaken because they were built more on access than on understanding. That realization can feel uncomfortable, but it's clarifying. When you stop being too available, you're not punishing anyone. You're simply recalibrating. And recalibration always feels strange at first. But over time, something stabilizes. You feel lighter, more centered, less reactive. And the people who remain in your life begin relating to you in a different way, not because you demanded it, but because your energy changed. Sometimes growth doesn't look dramatic. It looks like fewer explanations, shorter responses, healthier pauses. And that quiet shift is enough to reorganize your world. People react differently because you are operating differently. Not louder, not harsher, just more aligned. If this reflection resonated with you, comment below. I choose alignment over approval. Like this video if you appreciate thoughtful psychological insights, and subscribe for more reflections inspired by Carl Jung and depth psychology.